Hey guys, it's G again. It is 4 weeks since I had my vertical gastric sleeve surgery. 6 weeks since I started this journey with the pre-op diet, and I couldn't be happier. It's been amazing. It's been fantastic. First of all, just from the numbers, since the start of my pre-op diet, I've lost a total of 53 pounds, and it's that's amazing. I mean, to lose that much weight in a total of 6 weeks for me is just it's just phenomenal. Also, it hasn't felt like a struggle. It hasn't felt like I've been really denying myself or having to sort of suffer or compromise on things that are really important to me. It's starting to feel natural. One of the things I notice is as I look at the portions that I start to eat, I've started to mentally adjust what is a lot of food or what is a little bit of food for me. And a lot of times now when I see food, I even though it might be sort of 3 or 4 ounces of fish, for example, which is what usually I can sort of fit into my sleeve. It actually looks like a lot more than I can actually fit. And when I compare that to what I used to be able to eat, which is just unlimited, just unstoppable. It's a sort of definitely a mental shift for me. Some other things, my blood pressure, even though I'm still medicated, but it's dropped about 10-15 points, both systolic and diastolic, consistently now when I take my measurement, which is just it's just fantastic just to have it be under control. Because before I started losing the weight, even though I was medicated, my physician and I were having a tough time actually just keeping it at a controllable level consistently. And now I have that, and so I feel a lot more confident about my health as a result of it. I haven't done any sort of new blood tests to see what some of the other differences are, but I look forward to that. Um, some other things, when people talk about non-scale victories, and I think recently I've just had a few of them. First of all, I finally went out and bought a new pair of jeans, and so I've never gone down really in pant sizes. Even though I've been on many diets, for the most part, maybe it's one size down. I have an old pair of pants, or maybe I just get a tighter belt or something. But now, for the first time, and as long as I can remember, I actually went on and bought a new pair of jeans. And so before, I was barely fitting into a 44, probably needed a 46, and I fit pretty comfortably into a pair of 38 jeans, which for me is amazing. I haven't been in the 30s for a very long time. Just in general, how I'm feeling, they talk about this energy surge that happens around this time, and it's absolutely true. I mean, even though I'm not quite working out as much as I'd like to yet, just my level of energy is phenomenal. So much so that I sometimes have trouble just sitting still, and not just that, but because I think I'm sleeping better, because I'm certainly eating healthier and just treating myself better. I'm not feeling sort of lethargic or tired like I did. I mean, there are times when I used to drive where I'd catch myself sort of falling asleep and dozing off. I'd have to actually talk to people while I drive to make phone calls just to be able to keep myself awake. And now I don't have that feeling. I mean, I used to literally around 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon just be completely spent. I've literally laid down on the floor of my office just to have a rest because I used to feel so tired and so lethargic, and now it's completely different. It's done a complete 180. I mean, I'm completely energized pretty much all the time, from the time I wake up till the time I go to bed. I'm sort of really feel like there's this boundless amount of energy. And if anything, I have a challenge trying to really focus it because I constantly want to do different things, and sometimes my attention, is pulled in a number of different directions. But it feels so good, and along with that, there's this. it's what I call this mental fog. And some of you, I think, know what I'm talking about. Like, because I think of the lack of sleep, and because you're constantly feeling uncomfortable and tired, I sort of felt like I was in this haze, and I didn't recognize it until now. But now I feel like there's this mental fog that's lifted from me, where I see things in so much more clarity. The things that I want for myself and for my family, the things that I want both personally and professionally, the paths that I can take, the choices that are available to me have become so much clearer. Um, and that's something that I just realized, I think, in the last day or two, that this sort of fog has lifted for me, and I'm starting to see things with just this clarity, with this with the just I then just call it sort of just this sort of this being able to see with clarity that I never noticed before, and it's really making a difference in how I view myself and how I view sort of the things that I'm doing, my business and my personal life, and certainly making it really easy to see some of the changes that I want to make about myself. Not necessarily to do with health or weight loss all the time, but the type of person I want to be, and the type of person, the people that I want to surround myself with, um, and all of a sudden, these things that I never really thought about or considered how they impact me it's become sort of crystal clear for me how I want to move forward with things, and it might not be your typical sort of NSV non-scale victory, but it's immensely impactful for me. Kirk VSG, in one of his videos, he talked about a sense of control over your life, and I don't know if I'm quite there yet, but certainly an aspect of my life, my health, not just my weight, but my health. I'm starting to feel like I'm gaining some semblance of control on it. And that's an awesome feeling. And for those of you who've been through this, for those of you about to go through it, I guarantee you that you will start to feel this way too. Because, if you're like me and you've been on yo-yo diets, and, when it's great when you're on your way down, but that sort of the fad diet, or the unsustainable diet, or whatever it is, the grapefruit diet, or some other sort of concoction of things, that eventually, you'll be paying the piper, and so with that comes this loss of control, this helplessness, at least that I always felt, and now it's completely different. Now I know. I mean, I'm not on a. I don't consider myself on a diet. I'm getting my protein in. I'm really trying to focus on sort of high protein, lower fat, lower sugar foods. I'm still limited on sort of the soft solids, although I ventured in some of the like white meats and some beef, sort of chopped beef, not steak or anything like that. I haven't tried any sort of carbs like grains or rice or bread. And I got to be honest, I don't really miss it. I'm not really craving these things. Like, sometimes I'll see somebody have a sandwich, and I'm like, oh, it'd be cool to have a sandwich, or just have a few bites of that, and really quickly it subsides. And then that's what I mean by there's this element of control over myself, and quite honestly, when you're eating, after a few bites, whatever it is for you, we feel full, right? So there's only so much that we can fit in. And yeah, sometimes if I'm eating something that tastes really good, I'd like to get some more of that taste, but I can't. The sleeve is full, and I can take leftovers and have it later. I can I can do something like that, but that this tool that I have, that we have, I realize how immensely powerful it is, not just to control how much weight we lose, but it could also forces us into a certain way of thinking that, for me, is tremendously healthier. So after sort of after this time, it's been a really dramatic effect on my life, and I've only felt it really, I would say, in the last 3 or 4 days or week or so. And it was great losing the weight before, and granted, it's certainly slowed down now. since certainly since the liquid diet phase. It's slowed down, but still steady, and maybe had little mini stalls. But when I work out, when I go to the gym, the weight comes off faster, and that's not a surprise. And just need to figure out a way to make that more of a routine, more of a pattern. Again, more of something that's a commonplace in my life instead of an exception. I really want to thank the people who are part of this community, the YouTube community, the news groups, the forums. I may not always respond, but certainly seeing other people go through this, especially those who are maybe a month or two ahead of my journey, have given me really something to look forward to. Right, so a lot of the things that you're going through, I haven't experienced, but I'm certainly looking forward to them, and it's going to be awesome. There's I mentioned Kirk VSG is definitely somebody who just his positive attitude, and if you haven't subscribed to his videos, I highly recommend it. Scott is another one whose videos I really enjoy. We got sleeved roughly at the same time, and here's another guy who's just super positive and super enjoying this journey, certainly as much as I am. I don't want to take up too much time. I hate the super long videos, and then I hate it when people say that in the videos and then have super long videos. So that's it for me for this week. Not really one for a weekly update, but maybe every other week. Certainly I'll do my best to post here, and thank you everyone. And for those of you actually watching these, I hope I haven't bored you. And send me a comment or send me an email. I would love to get your feedback. I'd love to hear what your thoughts or any questions that you may have. You guys take care.